Okay, Wildcat. Today we're at journal page 72, solving logarithmic equations. Example 1. Solve the equation. Okay, so we're going to raise both sides by 7. Okay, and the reason we do that is because this goes away, and you're left with 3x plus 4 equals 7 squared. Well, 7 squared is 49, so you have 3x plus 4 equals 49. Okay, subtract 4 from both sides. 3x equals 45. Divide both sides by 3. That divided becomes 1. X equals 15. All right, go ahead and finish up example 1. All right. Example 2. Solve the equation. If necessary, round your answers to the nearest thousands. Okay, so the first thing we do is subtract natural log of 2 from both sides. Okay, so we have natural log of 8x minus natural log of 2 equals 5. Okay, well, this becomes 0. When you subtract the divide, so that you have natural log of 8x divided by 2 equals 5. Well, 8x divided by 2 is 4x, so you have natural log of 4x equals 5. Raise both sides by e. This goes away. You're left with 4x equals e to the 5th power. Divide both sides by 4. X equals e to the 5th power divided by 4, which is approximately, we want to the nearest thousands, so let's plug that into a calculator. So control divide e to the 5 divided by 4, so that's 37.103. All right, go ahead and finish up example 2. All right, let's take a look at example 3. Solve the equation, check for extraneous solutions. So first of all, plus its multiplication, so that's log base 4 of x times x minus 12 equals 3. Now we're going to raise both sides by 4. That goes away. You're left with x times x minus 12 is x squared minus 12x equals 4 to the 3rd power is 64. Okay, so we subtract 64 from both sides. So then you have x squared minus 12x minus 64 equals 0. All right, now we're going to factor, so 2 parentheses equals 0. X and x makes x squared. Now we ask ourselves, what do you multiply to give you negative 64 combined to be negative 12? And we can use our calculator to find those fast. So new document, no, add list and spreadsheet. So we're going to call this x, call this y. We're going to do negative 64 divided by x. We want to call that a variable reference, press OK. And we want to find out what x plus y is. And again, we're going to call each of those variable references. Okay, so now 1. We're always going to be good here at negative 64, but we're trying to find negative 12 here. So 2, 3, 4. This works because these two multiply to give you negative 64, and they combine to be negative 12. So our factors are x plus 4, x minus 16. Because 4 times negative 16 equals negative 64, and 4 minus 16 equals negative 12. Right? So we set those equal to 0. So x plus 4 equal to 0. Subtract 4 from both sides. X equals negative 4. Okay, x minus 16 equal to 0. Add 16 to both sides. X equals 16. Okay, so now we're going to check for an extraneous solution. Okay, so we're going to go to on, new document, no, add calculator. So we're going to do control log base 4. We're going to plug negative 4 in first, plus control log base 4 of negative 4 minus 12, and we're going to set that equal to 3. You see an error. It's a non-real calculation, so we know that x equals negative 4 is an extraneous solution. Okay, now let's check 16. So I'm going to highlight this, press enter, and everywhere there's a negative 4, I'm going to put 16. That says true, meaning 16 is a valid solution, so 16 is a solution. Okay, go ahead and finish up example 3. All right, example 4. Okay, first thing we need to do is it says solve the equation if necessary, round your answer to the nearest thousand. So we're going to put the 2.3 to the exponent, so that's log base 3 of x to the 2.3. And actually, nope, that is not the best first step. Let's actually leave the 2.3 right there. And you want to be able to do that sometimes. If you work a step, you notice something, take a step back, because if you make a wrong step, it could make a mistake through the whole problem. So we're actually going to leave the 2.3 there, okay? Equals log base 3 of 2. Now when we multiply, it means add. So plus log base 3 of x plus 1. Okay. Now the reason why we need the 2.3 in front for what we're about to do here, we're going to subtract log base 3 of x from both sides. Now that's technically a 1 log base 3 of x. Now this becomes 0, and we can subtract it, but since it's the same base and x here, 2.3 minus 1 is 1.3 log base 3 of x equals log base 3 of 2 plus 1. That's why we need the 2.3 in front, so we could subtract it from the 1. Okay? Now we can move the 1.3 up. So that's log base 3 of x of 1.3 equals log base 3 of 2 plus 1. We're going to now subtract log base 3 of 2 from both sides. Okay, now when you subtract, you divide. So this becomes log base 3 of x to the 1.3 divided by 2 equals, that becomes 0, equals 1. Okay, now we're going to raise both sides by 3. When you do that, that goes away. You're left with x to the 1.3 divided by 2 equals 3. That's technically divided by 1, so cross multiply. X to the 1.3 times 1 is x to the 1.3 equals 2 times 3 is 6. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1.3 root of both sides. Now, we do that, these cancel each other. You're left with x equals 1.3 root of 6, which is approximately, let's put that in our calculator. So control root 1.3 of 6 is 3.968. All right, go ahead and finish up example 4. All right. Example 5, solve the equation. Check for exchange solutions. So first off, plus means multiplication. So we have log. Now if there's not a base, we assume 10. So log base 10 of 5x times x minus 1 equals 2. Okay, now we're going to raise both sides by 10. That goes away. You're left with 5x times x is 5x squared minus 5x equals 10 squared is 100. Okay, we're going to subtract 100 from both sides. You get 5x squared minus 5x minus 100 equals 0. Now we can divide everything by 5. That divides and becomes 1. That divides and becomes 1. So you're left with x squared minus 1x minus 20 equals 0. Okay, two parentheses equals 0. X and x makes x squared. Now we need to find out the two numbers that multiply to give you negative 20 combined to be negative 1. And we can use our calculator for that. So on new document, no, add list and spreadsheet. So x, y, negative 20 divided by x. You want to call that variable reference, press OK. And then x plus y, variable reference, and variable reference, press OK. So let's start with 1. Nope. 2, nope. 3, nope. 4, yep. These multiply to give you negative 20, combined to be negative 1. So our factors are x plus 4, x minus 5. And we know that works because 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, and 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Okay, so we said x plus 4 equal to 0, x minus 5 equal to 0. Subtract 4 from both sides, x equals negative 4. Add 5 to both sides, x equals positive 5. Alright, so now let's check for exchange solution. So we're going to go to on, new document, and no, add calculator. So we're going to plug negative 4 in. So that's control log base 10 of 5 times negative 4 plus control log base 10 of negative 4 minus 1 equal to 2. We get a non-real calculation, so we know that x equals negative 4 is an extraneous solution. Okay, so now we'll plug in 5. Okay, so I'm going to highlight, press enter. Everywhere I see a negative 4, I'm going to put 5. Now it says false, so what I'm going to do is just to make sure, I'm just going to put it in without the equal sign. And you can see that, so be careful, sometimes when you get false, that's actually not correct. So when I've done that, you see that it does in fact equal 2, so that x equals 5 is a valid solution. Okay, go ahead and finish up question 5. All right. Question 6, solve the equation. So I'm going to raise both sides by 7. That goes away, that goes away. You're left with 2x plus 1 equals 4x minus 5. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. That's 0. You get 1 equals 2x minus 5. Let's add 5 to both sides. You get 6 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. That divides and becomes 1, so x equals 3. All right, go ahead and finish up example 6. All right, example 7. Solve the equation and if necessary, round your answer to the nearest thousands. Okay. Now, first thing we need to do is let's add 3 natural log of x to both sides. Well, that becomes 0. You get 9 natural log of x minus 0.3 equals 2.3. Let's add 0.3 to both sides. That becomes 0. You get 9 natural log of x equals 2.6. Let's divide 9 by both sides. You have natural log of x equals 2.6 divided by 9. Raise both sides by e. That goes away. You're left with x equals e to the 2.6 divided by 9, which is approximately, let's put that in our calculator. Okay, so control E, just press E, and then control divide 2.6 divided by 9, which is 1.335. All right, go ahead and finish up your examples and have a wonderful Wildcat day.